Hello everybody and welcome to the second round of the 2011 FIA Formula 2 Championship. Well, here's a full look at the top 10. Alex Brundle third, then Will Bratt in fourth. I think he's going to be a little bit disappointed with that. Pinheiro and Hegerwald running in fifth and sixth exactly as they finished yesterday, and a better qualifying for Jack Clark. And here come the red lights then. This Formula 2 race about to get underway. 5-second board held aloft. The red lights come on. And we're away, and it's a better start from Mickey Monras. Alex Brundle's going nowhere. Is everyone going to avoid him? Just about. That was a very scary moment for Alex Brundle, but meanwhile up at the front, that's Tobias Hegerwald. Is he up into second place? No, sorry, that's a little bit further back. Mickey Monras has got a great start, but that's a disaster for Alex Brundle. What does this boy have to do to get a bit of luck? Will Bratt is up into second from fourth on the grid. Then it's Mirko Bortolotti in third as the marshals tried to push him clear. Now, if they can't get him clear, they are going to have to deploy the safety car. So heading out onto the hangar straight, it's side by side for second position. A great start from Will Bratt then as he hugs the inside line. Ramon Pinheiro is going to make it three abreast on the run down into Stowe. Then it's Tobias Hegerwald behind, and Ramon Pinheiro nosing up the inside. Oh, a little bit of contact, and Pinheiro goes round, spins back across the circuit. Hopefully everyone's going to avoid him this time. Pinheiro actually rolled a Formula Palmer Audi there in his first ever race in Formula Palmer Audi a few years ago. But that's a disastrous start for the young Brazilian. The rest of the field make their way down into Vale and Club, but an action-packed first half a lap. It's all just about settling down, Joe.
And it was Will Bratt who actually made a mistake coming out of Beckett's, which allowed Bortolotti and then Pinheiro to get right up onto him. And Pinheiro really going for a bit of a sticking a nose into Stowe, which meant he clipped Bortolotti and spun round, and that caused the mayhem behind.
So the rest of the pack making their way around Luffield. At the end of this lap, we'll give you a rundown of the order as it stands. Flying out of Woodcote Corner comes Mickey Monras, looking very commanding out the front. Then it's Will Bratt behind him. Mirko Bortolotti in third place. It's fairly close to fourth between Zanella and Hegerwald. Zanella's made a great start as well. Marinescu in sixth, Clark in seventh, Ibrahim in eighth. Ninth is Kelvin Snooks, and 10th is Timo Stortz at the moment. So where did Zanella start? He started down in 10th position. So to launch up to fourth place, there's second and third. And yet Christopher Zanella, 10th on the grid to fourth in the race, is very impressive indeed as the rest of the field make their way around the Beckett's and Maggots. Oh, and there's Parthiva Sureshwaran. He's got a broken front right. Oh, there's Sung Hak Mun. Now where is that? Is that the new arena section? It is, isn't it? So he's obviously just dropped it coming out of the hairpin, I'd presume. Absolutely making their way down into Stowe Corner. Zanella took a pole position and a fastest lap in Italian Formula 3 last year on his way to 6th position overall. So he's no mug in a single-seater as they make their way down into the Vale. And Will Bratt looking fairly comfortable. I mean, we saw he was very good at defending yesterday from Mickey Monras, but he's not really having to defend that much because, I mean, the dirty air is going to play a part, Jolyon, but that is a fair gap. It tends to be just kind of just under a second that we see the gap settle at if it's dirty air based.
Yeah, well, we saw Monras a bit closer than this yesterday, and Bratt actually slightly edging away from Bortolotti at the moment. So Bortolotti clearly, for whatever reason, has not quite got the pace at this stage of the race. And
there's Plamen Kralev after his great run. It looks as though Julian Theobald was pootling into the gravel trap too, so I'm assuming those two have had a collision. It's Julian Theobald up the inside of Plamen Kralev, and what's going to happen here? Oh, Kralev turns in. Here's Zanella slinging his way through the first sector where he's set some impressive times. And, well, obviously, coming through the Beckett's Maggots complex, you don't really use the boost, I wouldn't have thought, but he'll probably be hammering it now if he's going to. He'll come across the timing line, which is just in front of Stowe, and it's a yellow sector for him this time, so not as fast as he has been previously, so I wonder if that has been boost-related. He's not too far off the back of Bortolotti, and Hegerwald is staying with him quite comfortably too, so it's all fairly interesting. They make their way through Club Corner. Benjamin Lariche trying to go around the outside the Vale there. Sorry to interrupt you, Jolyon, as they make their way through the new double apex right-hander that is Club. So that was an impressive an audacious attempt, I should say, from Benjamin Lariche, tucked right into the slipstream. Oh, into Abbey, that's brave. Just about gets out of it. That was, yeah, some brave stuff from Benjamin Lariche. I think he was the guy who had a lunge into Beckett's yesterday, so he's not afraid of an overtake or two. Locks up his front right, and now that has allowed Ramon Pinheiro to hook right onto the back of these two.
Lariche must have used a boost there out of club, and not really an overtaking place at all, Abbey. It's nearly flat in these cars, but now he'll be back on him. Kowalska now down into Brooklands and seeing if this is a better overtaking place.
Not quite close enough this time around. Ramon Pinheiro is lapping, I think, about a second a lap quicker. Well, it was half a second on that previous lap. His fastest lap is 1.2 seconds quicker than Benjamin Lariche's fastest lap. So any moment now, Pinheiro will hook right onto the back of this scrap. Through Woodcote Corner they come, and Ramon Pinheiro currently running in 16th position, and Timo Storz is dropping down the leaderboard there. So Timo Storz, I'd imagine, has stopped somewhere out on the circuit.
Storz has just come through with a 2:11 lap, so I can only presume he's made a mistake somewhere.
Yep, good spot. So Timo Storz not falling, not retiring, but certainly falling down the order. Now here comes Lariche on Natalia Kowalska. What's Kowalska going to do? She's going to dart this way, she's going to dart that way, and she's going to squeeze Lariche to the inside line. And Lariche, well, we know he's brave. He kept his foot in, and he squeezes up the inside into Stowe. Now how quickly can Ramon Pinheiro get past as they make their way down into the left-hander at Vale? And has Kowalska got any response, because they were lapping fairly closely together. Here comes Ramon Pinheiro though through the second apex at club. Is he going to use his boost, or is he just going to tuck in and try and get a good tow? No boost as yet, so a brave move there from Benjamin Lariche, Joe.
Yeah, Kowalska darting two ways actually, which he shouldn't really be doing, and squeezing Lariche right to the inside, but he just kept his foot in, and once he's up the inside then he's got that move done, so long as he's not too early on the brakes. And now El Pinheiro on the outside.
Wow, that's a good move. I wonder if he'd got the inside line into the village right-hander. We'll get a replay of that in a few moments as they head out down the Wellington Straight. And well, where's Benjamin Lariche? He's rocketed on up the road. There's Pinheiro in the white machine with the fluorescent orange in front. And yeah, Benjamin Lariche has got quite a decent advantage, but I don't think it'll be long before Pinheiro reels him in. I think it's going to be a tough ask for Pinheiro to get back up to 10. Here's the replay of the overtake, and yeah, he's just going to lunge it up the inside into the tight right-hander at Village, and Kowalska probably didn't see any point in finding it. Well, no, she did have a little comeback into the left-hander at the loop. Couldn't quite hold it in there, but a good battle between those two. May have been Johannes Theobald coming through to take his drive-through. Indeed it was. So Johannes Theobald takes his drive-through. That's going to drop him down the order considerably. Probably somewhere to Kowalska, James Cole, Timo Storz, that kind of region. And Ramon Pinheiro is still yet to get past Benjamin Lariche, which is quite interesting.
And there we just saw Bratt running all four wheels off the track again at Vale. So maybe not heeding his warnings, and he's still got to drive through this lap, so maybe he's not seen that board.
Well, this will be the teller. If he doesn't come in this time around, it suggests he hasn't seen it, and he's still adamant on abusing the track limits. There, you can see it. We are sat just opposite that, so we can see it being held out. Drive-through penalty for car number 17. So Will Bratt has a decision to make. Does he see this board, or is he just trying to pull out? I mean, it would suggest he has seen it and is pulling out a gap, because he's been setting some really fast laps. Will he hug the inside line coming out of Luffield? No. Will Bratt stays out for another lap. Well, I can only assume then that Will Bratt hasn't seen the board, Joe.
Yeah, that's 4 times I think Bratt's passed now, so he'll be given the black flag now, and that'll be his race over. So yeah, either stupid from Will. He's obviously furious with that decision, but he could have still pitted and picked up some points. But yeah, maybe he just didn't see it. It's on a slight corner, and the board's not massive. And at these speeds, you come through, you're looking for your pit board. You've got a lot going on. But yeah, that's the end of Will's race.
Yep, they're changing the board around, so they're now getting the black flag ready. So Will Bratt, second place man, in the championship is about to be black flagged. The 22-year-old, very local to here, only from Banbury, which is about 10 to 15 minutes down the road. He won the Euro 3000 championship back in 2009, which then subsequently came AutoGP.
And this is going to
So making their way, Mickey Monras is anyway down into the right-hander at the new arena section. Mickey Monras now with a 6.6 second lead over Will Bratt. So I wonder if the black flag is more visible perhaps than the drive-through penalty board.
And this will promote Zanella up to third when Will gets this black flag, and that'll be a great try from 10th on the grid. He navigated his way very well on the first lap, and really a rich reward for a solid first weekend.
Well, there's the black flag you can see being held out for car number 17, so there's no question about it now. Will Bratt is being told to come into the pit lane under no circumstances. There's no talking about it. He's staying out again though, so I think he literally just isn't seeing the black flag being held out at him. No reaction to him as he drives past, so I can imagine him finishing the race like this, just unknowing that the black flag is out. So Mickey Monras starts his final lap. The black flag still being held out for Will Bratt, hoping that at some point he'll see it as he laps Sung Hak Mun flying past the commentary box. But Mickey Monras, the Spaniard, heading down into Beckett's and Maggots once more. Looks as though it's all fairly settled behind then. Bortolotti in third, and Zanella.
It's Lariche now who's close to Gladys, and this will be the final point in 10th place by the time Bratt serves his penalty. So this is the action on the last lap.
It was the Italian Mirko Bortolotti who dominated race one here at Silverstone yesterday, but it's Mickey Monras, the youngster from Spain, who has dominated today, just 19 years of old. His debut weekend in Formula 2 heralds a victory, and it's a fantastic race for Mickey Monras. His team are delighted. Let's have a look at the championship, the race result first of all. Mickey Monras 10.6 seconds clear of Mirko Bortolotti in the end. Zanella in third and Tobias Hegervold in fourth. We are assuming because Will Bratt was sent down the pit lane, he has been excluded. There's Benjamin Lariche in 10th.
When you are alone, the race seems to be longer and you start to think about the shoulder and all the problems you were having. But at the end, it's okay. We managed to finish, and I had a good advantage, so I was not worried for my shoulder.
Let's have a look at the championship standings then, and it's Mirko Bortolotti with only a 3-point advantage over Mickey Monras, and look at the gap they have already to Mihai Marinescu. So Marinescu then 22 points, then Zanella and Hegervold and Bratt all in fairly close attendance, and a fantastic first weekend of the FIA Formula 2 Championship sees wins for Mirko Bortolotti and Mickey Monras.